Well, how's it going, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tyler's Real Fishing. Today's episode is going to be a super fun one because it is another underwater episode. Now, if you guys have kind of missed my underwater videos in the past, they'll be linked up here in this corner, one of the two, but it's definitely one of my favorite series, and this year I've kind of spread out the videos across the whole year. That way you guys can enjoy some underwater content throughout the entire year. Now, as you guys know, I love getting this type of footage with my GoPro camera underwater, and I love being able to show it to you guys at home as well and kind of talk about the lure that I'm using and how I'm catching these fish. So, I say without further ado, let's head underwater. So that fish is kind of poking his head out on the right side of the screen there. You can see him, about a, I don't know, 2.5 or 3 pound fish. Sitting down there, and the lure we're going to be using today is basically one of my favorite lures all around the spawn period, both pre-spawn and post. And it's a little swim bait with a tiny blade, and you'll see that here in a second. I drop it in, and boom. Eats it. Actually kind of misses it. Let's take another replay look at that. Like he meant to take a swipe at it, but just completely missed. So I'm just kind of bumping it along the bottom, letting the swim bait sit there down on the bottom, just like a bluegill would be. And this bass is definitely not happy about that and comes in there to take a swipe. Sucks it right in, and kind of let him shake off a little bit. I knew he had a few more bites left in him before I could catch him, so wanted to get as much footage as possible. Alright, now I did not get this type of reaction from any other fish I tried with this bait, and I think that's because this one looks more like a bluegill. This color here definitely looks a little more bluegill-ish than some of the other ones, and we got tons of bluegill around here that are potentially eating this male's eggs here. So of course he's going to be angry that a bluegill is coming to take him out. As you can see there, he's definitely an aggressive little fish. So I'll drop it in there one more time, kind of let it bump on the bottom, let that blade do its work, and boom, eats it. It's just crazy to see how fast a bass can inhale a bait like that. And as you can see by a little slow-mo replay here, it's kind of funny to watch. Goes in, bites it, and gets everything but the blade. Kind of interesting. Not that it would matter for the hook set, but everything but the blade is kind of sticking out of his mouth. And just to give him one last attempt, I throw it in there, and boom, he eats it. And I get him that time, as you can see by the cloud of dust by the hook set. But let's take a quick replay look at that in slow motion. I just love looking at how fast they eat the lure. Not only do they suck it in fast, but they can hit it fast too. Bass are very, very powerful fish just because of the shape of their body and their tail. And so just like any fish that, you know, hits your lure as you're swimming it in, oftentimes you can be so surprised by how fast they hit that thing that it's just awesome. So that is the video, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed. I know that it was shorter than the rest of my underwater videos that usually are, and especially my regular bass fishing videos. It was a lot shorter, but I had this catch sitting there, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a super cool video of this bass slamming this lure, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. Now, I do want to talk about the gear that I was using, both the rod, reel, line, and the swim bait itself. Now, the swim bait that I was using today is called a flashy swimmer. It's basically a extra wide gap hook with a blade on the bottom. I hope it'll focus. I doubt it. You never know what your camera's doing, but it's a little tiny blade on the bottom and basically adds a little extra flash to the swim bait. And then in the video I was using a Beast Coast 3.8-inch swim bait. Super awesome combo, especially for pre and post spawn bass. Now, as you can imagine, this represents a shad. And bass chew on shad, eat shad all year round. The one that I was throwing in today's video kind of acted more as a bluegill. Basically, I threw the flash on there just to add a little bit of extra flash for the bass on the bed. I don't usually throw a swim bait of this style, but this is the only swim bait for that particular fish that would get it to fire up and eat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that footage. And of course, the rod and reel that I throw a flashy swimmer on, usually I'm making longer casts than I did in today's video, but it really doesn't matter whether you're pitching or making long casts. I throw it on a 7.2 rod. This is the Lew's Team Lew's Custom Speed Stake Mark Rose series. I love this thing. And then I had the Lew's Tournament MB, by far my favorite value reel for Lew's, and some 12-pound 12 or 15. I believe this is 12-pound fluorocarbon line. I just use fluorocarbon for the, less stretch than monofilament, and braid the fish can see your line. So that's basically kind of my combo that I use, and I usually throw it all around brush, shallow grass, lily pads, that kind of stuff. But in today's video, I was bed fishing with this thing, and it worked super well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, and hit that like button. It does a lot more than you guys believe. That like button helps me out a ton. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time on Tyler's Go Fishing.